Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Miss.
Good evening. We'll be beginning with attendance. If you're here, just indicate. The objectives are as follows. We'll start the session tonight by going over one of our case studies. That will be immediately followed by the discussion questions for chapter 2. And the rest of the session will be used by our groups to go over practical project number 2. But just before our presenter shares his screen, I want to remind us of the rubric for presentations of case studies. When we're presenting case studies, 70% of the grade comes from content, 15% comes from your delivery, and the other 15% comes from the PowerPoint itself, what visuals you use. You will not be seeing your presentation grades as yet because I'm still working on those. We look at several areas. First, there's the introduction, the body of the document or the presentation, and this looks at the arguments that you use and how valid they are. What supporting evidence do you have to support the claims that you're making? And then, of course, we look at how logical your discussion is. Finally, you summarize your major points. What should the class take away from your presentation? This is what should be in the conclusion. You also summarize potential weaknesses, if any, in the findings that you were able to make, and give the class a take-home message. We also ask that you speak at a pace that is understandable and that you use visuals and graphics that are easy to understand, that your text is clear and readable. Most of you have done really well in terms of your audiovisual and engaging the class. However, I would like you to pay attention to how you conclude your presentations. Do you summarize the major points? And do you get the class to give you some feedback on your presentations?
All right. Okay, so good night, class. Today I will be doing my case study on video conferencing, something for everyone. It is brought to you by the interactive session of technology. Now the objectives for tonight will be, we will be able to define video conferencing, to know about the Cisco IX5000 telepresence system and its features, 3, knowledge on the Logitech Smart Dock audiovisual system and its features, 4, share similarities and differences between the both video conferencing systems, 5, the influence these video conferencing systems, apps or softwares have on the Belizean society, and 6, how video conferencing softwares can impact us and change the way our future business operates. Now, let's get started on the case study importance. The 3 most important is the collect a range of perspective, which allows students to see certain situations differently and uses their observations into usable data, which is sometimes turn their opinion into facts. 2, increases students' participation, allows students to work together and engage by sharing their opinions or findings on a particular topic. And 3, help utilize potential skills, which allows the students to use their skills and find solutions on how to solve certain situations. Now, about video conferencing. Now, what is video conferencing? Video conferencing can best be described as an online meeting where 2 or more engaged people are live on an audio-visual call. Participants involved can see, hear, talk, or depict to each other involved in real time on a phone, tablet, laptop, or TV, with the use of a strong internet connection, no matter where in the world they are. Now, this is my case study summary that I had to summarize. We start off with the main points being that video conferencing was expensive and limited to people in the past. today it is more accessible by literally anyone. Internet, audio-visual data, and technology devices are more affordable today than it was back then. Cisco IX5000 telepresence system is the best for video conferencing today. It has a 70-inch screen display, HD video, 18 speakers with theater quality songs, and a computer with HD and a camera with HD graphics. It can also capture 8 to 18 people present in a room and has 50% less power usage and 50% less data transmission. We continued that it was developed by Produban, the Grupo Santander's technology company. The Grupo Santander is a Spanish banking group and is responsible for IT infrastructure for 120 companies across the world, one of the largest banks worldwide. And the price ranges from $250K to $340K for this video conference device. We now move on to Logitech Smart Dock Audio Video System is a less sophisticated and more affordable solution. It is a touchscreen console with Microsoft Pro Tab present, comes with Skype, and involves Logitech conference cams. People can edit docs in real time and start meetings with a single touch. It contains a sensor that activates when people are present in the room and comes with a price range from 1.5K to 4K. The King County was able to install the Logitech without any IT involvement from their staffs. It is simply easy to use, operate, and understand. Now my first question, compare the capabilities of Cisco's IX5000 telepresence and the Logitech Smart Dock systems. How do they promote collaboration and innovation? The Cisco IX5000 immersive telepresence system is one of the best video conferencing systems out there. Choice to buy. Both systems depict a form of innovation. They are more complex, as they are more complex than a TV, and you can do much more than you can do on a tablet or a smartphone. They promote collaboration by both being high-end technological systems with HD graphics, display, and sound. They were both manufactured by large companies with status, one of Cisco and the other by Logitech, which are both leading technological companies today. However, as it has to do with innovation, the Cisco IX5000 system is a more expensive and more advanced system to that of the Logitech Smart Dock system. One caters for a larger entourage, while the other, and the both system helps meeting to flow much easier. With built-in functions, one can having meetings more fun and interactive by one click, and their commands are met. Question 2. Why would a company like Produban want to invest in a high-end telepresence system such as Cisco's IX5000? How is video conferencing technology and telepresence related to Produban's business model and business strategy? Now, with more than 5,500 staffs working in 9 different countries, Produban is the main host to 120 companies around the world. Produban is a company dedicated to the improvement of technology and looks forward to their innovation in society. They use their system to bring others from anywhere in the world together and caters more to emergency circumstances to make discussions and decisions occur faster than in the past. Produban specializes in continuous design and operation of IT infrastructures. Hence, they are always looking for ways to maximize the innovation of technology and to improve it day by day using the latest telepresence technology for its own working is the best fit. Question 3. Why would King County, Washington want to implement the Logitech Smart Dock system? What business benefits did it obtain from using this technology? King County, Washington did not hesitate to upgrade to the Logitech Smart Dock system in the past. Before the Logitech system, King County used a variety of video conferencing systems which did not work out. The systems were slow, time-consuming, and outdated at that time. So they made the switch to Logitech Smart Dock system, in which they saw a huge IT improvement in the systems. Additionally, King County was also able to share docs and files from Word and Excel, which made the systems more collaborative and easy to use. It was faster, which allowed work discussions to finish faster, and also had to upgrade due to high demands by its 14,000 employees back in 2016. Now, the advantages of video conferencing. We start off by number one, there will be no cost to travel for meetings. This means that participants can easily log in in the comfort of their own homes to join a meeting being held rather than having to catch a flight to be there physically. People can still attend meetings from far. This means whether the meeting is being held face-to-face or from afar, if participants are unable to attend physically, they can easily make a contribution by logging in on their cell phone or desktop devices. 3, meetings can be called worldwide with little notice. No matter where you may be in the world, once there is a strong internet connection, participants can have access to live meetings by simply clicking to answer the call. Some disadvantages of video conferencing. The first one being network connectivity issues. In order to perform video conferences, you must have a very strong and stable internet connection. This may be the biggest downfall of a video conference if the internet connection does not work at your advantage. 2, not as productive. Video conferences may be productive due to long meetings, and since it's normally virtual, participants may get bored or sleepy due to the long hours of sitting down doing nothing but listening to others speak. 3, difficult to see or hear if you are with a large group of people. If you or your participants are in one room and it's about 20 people, you might have trouble hearing everyone if a mic or a loud pitched voice is not involved, as well as it being a large group and you are all spaced out in the room. Now the relation to Belize society. We have Microsoft Teams and Skype are video conferencing softwares that are related to management information systems here in Belize. They are mainly used by business conferences such as the Holy Redeemer Credit Union and the Belize Bank when they're having their conferences. Google Meet and Zoom are video conferencing apps that are used in online classes in schools all across Belize. Some example would be like right here in the University of Belize or business places that want to limit the face-to-face interactions. And the main one is the call centers are currently using video conferencing services in Belize. We know that call centers like RCC BPO is the one call center that uses the systems to inquire with clients and the calls about healthcare and other services that they have. Now, to keep in mind, properly invest in yourself and your assets to make life much easier. If you want to be a business owner, always look for the best devices or the best technology that is out there. The first lesson, don't be cheap. Pay for quality video conferencing technology to save money in the longer run. This means you save your money and you save your money to buy the best in the business when it comes to technology wise. It will last much longer, the quality is much better, and you won't have to worry to having to change these video conferencing technology every year or every 5 years. 2, always upgrade your business technology and systems for a better performance. We know a lot of systems are outdated and are moving slow. So if you have a business, always remember to keep upgrading your technology, service your softwares, and so that it can operate much smoothly. And that is the end of my presentation. I hope you all enjoyed.
Thank you, Daniel. How did you benefit from doing this research, Daniel?
Miss, to be honest, I really learned about the different video conferencing devices that I didn't even know existed. Like I knew them by picture, but I didn't know them by name. So having to read the article and to see that some of the names and some of the companies that produces these video conferencing technology, it was like it was like I learned something new then.
I noticed you really put a lot of work into this. What are some things that you want the class to remember, even now that your presentation has ended?
Like I said in the ending, if you want a business, always remember to look for the best technology there is out there. I mean, there is out there, you will pay a hefty price for them, but it will be worth it in the longer run than having to change these technology devices every year, every 5 years, or something like of that sort.
Okay. And one thing I wanted to add to your, okay, I see Shanley made a comment. She said quality over quantity. Good point.
Yeah, exactly.
So one thing I wanted to add, in public service, Teams is one of the video conferencing tools that is being used widely among the different departments. So that's one of those that you want to be mindful of.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so class, now you listened to Daniel's presentation. I want you to share with me how you saw collaboration being promoted in the examples that he gave.
Please repeat, Miss. Collaboration.
Yes, how was collaboration being promoted in the examples that Daniel gave?
This is it in terms of how he placed it in Belize Bank, I believe it was, with the system that they're currently using, and then with the University of Belize and other institution that uses Zoom and similar applications.
Thanks, Vanetta. So you saw one example there. Did you guys see any others? He gave some specific names. He mentioned Logitech, he mentioned Cisco, video conferencing. How did you see collaboration being promoted in those examples?
Miss, if I'm not mistaken, he spoke about the meetings with the same Cisco and that they had one of the best technological infrastructure. If I'm not mistaken, it was the same video conferencing where they were able to have meetings, successful meetings, with a lot of information and a good decision-making system where they would do the video conferencing with similar parties of the company or the various department of the companies working together via the video conferencing.
Very good, Tiana. And she mentioned that this one was superior to many of the others that we are aware of, and that is true. Their state-of-the-art system is something that I'm not sure our government of Belize would be willing to invest in for our government employees. You would find it perhaps in larger enterprises that are able to afford it. It's state-of-the-art, it's very sophisticated, the quality is better, and it adds so much more features than what we are accustomed to. If you ever have time to look it up, you can go online and look for just the advertisements that they have promoting this video conferencing tool. But it is really sophisticated. Now, my last question for the class is, how can video conferencing assist you in your personal careers? Some of you are students, some of you are working as well, but you are career people, whether you're a student or not. How can video conferencing assist you in your career?
It will help us communicate with clients and coworkers.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else?
Miss, sometimes it helps, like if there's an urgent issue that would arise, instead of having to actually wait and meet in person, video conference can be arranged so that the issue can be dealt with as quickly as possible.
Very good. And notice it's saving money too, because imagine back in the day when we had to, pay for a phone call or buy credit. Now you can use these conferencing tools. Of course, you have to pay for the internet, you pay your internet provider, but it's saving you on phone call or phone credit, and it's convenient.
So I would also say how the people sell clothes online now, you could show the size of the clothes and the styles and things like that. And so I say good for that kind of business there too.
That's one service that they could probably make out of that as well. You could probably have I haven't seen it done in that particular light. I know we use the live stream on Facebook, but perhaps vendors might decide to do something like that
in the future.
Yeah. All right, so in a little while we'll be breaking into our groups, because I need the groups to go over what you will be doing for practical project 2. But I quickly want to discuss the 4 questions that were at the end of this unit. And Daniel's presentation, along with all the others that you've seen, would assist you in being able to do this. Okay, class. So what are business processes and how are they related to information systems? Tiana, what are business processes?
Business processes are systems set in place to help track the day-to-day activity of the business. And
Okay. Go ahead.
In terms of the relation to information systems, when a business have invested into the information systems, it makes the business processes much more efficient and effective.
Okay, anybody wants to add to what she said? All right, it seems like you summarized it pretty well. And business processes also looks at flows. That's one of the key words that we use when we're speaking about them, but I like the way you were able to summarize it. Now, question 2, I'm going to give to a member of group 1. Let's hear from Keisha tonight. So Keisha, how do systems serve the different management groups in a business? And how do systems that link the enterprise improve organizational performance? Okay, I'm not hearing Keisha, so let's ask somebody else from her group to assist. We have Starla and Daniel and Natasha. Question 2 is for you guys, group 1.
Miss, in terms of a business, let's say you're running a business that does sell items. For the sales division, you know what you will use a system that is specific to them so that they can log down or input all the items that the customer wants to purchase. They can print a picking sheet, which will go to the warehouse, you know, and then the warehouse will deal with that aspect of it. And then the accounting portion can see everything that is being done that's inside the system that is used. So they can calculate and see, they can see what all items have been used, the brand managers would also keep track of it to see what they need to purchase. So it would be from one system, but everyone is using a different portion to get their job done, something of that sort.
Thank you, Natasha. All right, so question number 3 is going to go to group 3. That's Jalen, Gabriel, Deona, Zulmi, and Karen.
Punks.
Are you there? All right, so it says, why are systems for collaboration? I'm hearing somebody. So it says, why are systems for collaboration and social business so important, and what technologies do they use? All right, group 3, Jalen, Gabriel, Deona, Zulmi, and Karen.
So, well, part of the question have to do with collaboration. In my opinion, collaboration help the organization achieve the business goals much smoother and more easier, and it help with the different departments to communicate with each other and have less conflict between them. So also on social business is important because, well, using social platforms, you get to reach more customers, and the more customers you get, the more business you receive, and that beneficial to the company for to get a name for themselves and also increasing their business.
How do you see, for example, the University of Belize using social business and social media to support their business and promote themselves?
Well, I would say the university would probably have well, they will use websites. Well, they do use websites such as Facebook to advertise what is happening on campus. So, like, for example, they have different meetings and different activities happening, and they would live stream it during Facebook, and that's I believe one way that they can use it to showcase it to the other people as to what happened at the university, what is happening at the university.
Do you think if the University of Belize was not using social media, do you think it would be something that puts us at a disadvantage?
Yes, sorry, Miss. Can I answer that as a part of the group?
Sure.
Okay. Or mustn't. Okay. Oh, it can be a disadvantage, Miss, because as presently most of the students and the generation now use technologies and social media, and that's one of the main source that they get information from. So if the university didn't have a web page or Facebook page or any social media form, then the university will only get attention from the people within at the campus and not everybody, if that makes sense.
You have a point, and this is where I wanted you guys to go, because if you are to get supporters for your business, people need to know what you're doing, and you need to reach your demographics. So we might be looking at a specific target audience, and those people are online. If Galen has a Facebook page and maybe they even want to go into Instagram and TikTok, because everybody's on TikTok, you go on for 5 minutes, you end up there 2 hours. So, you know, if they take advantage of what are the trends today, more people are going to know about them and more people are going to take advantage of the opportunities. They can even advertise on some of these ads. So those are some of the things you want to consider. All right, last question is for our final group. That's group 4. What is the role of information systems function, of the information systems function in a business? So be reminded, when we're talking about the information system, we're looking at the technical part. We spoke about the people, we spoke about the organization. Now we're looking at the technology part. What's the role of the technology that you're using in the business?
Miss, this is for my group, analyst group.
Okay.
The role that for manage the resources and improve efficiency, Miss.
Okay, can you elaborate on how they might improve efficiency?
Sorry, Miss. I'm gonna talk on my mic, my mute. Miss, they can improve efficiency by they one could manage their resources better, know where to invest more, could see their goals more realistically when they have the information, Miss.
All right. And see, she even broke it down in Creole, so I know she understands what she just said. This is one of the rules. We want to see improved performance and we want to see it adding value to the organization. When we are able to take data, raw data that people input, turn that into information, we can make decisions. At the university, when we get surveys from you, that's one of the ways that we are able to make informed decisions. Those feedback forms that you're asked to fill out every so often and you find them very annoying because they're so long, that helps the university. And you know, we're hoping that you will see the value of it when we are able to get your information. You sign up, you register, we're able to see your addresses, the times that you prefer for classes, the times that you often select for your modules, etc. So all of that gives us some kind of information that's usable, and persons in marketing appreciate that because they're able to give you the advertisements that will best meet your needs. You even see that online with when you visit certain websites. If you keep visiting pages that advertise shoes, then you're watching a video on one of your channels or you're watching your TikTok and you notice you get an ad for shoes. So you're wondering, why is this happening? Because people are looking at your interests, your likes, and they're trying to sell you things that you might be interested in. There are so many ways that it benefits organizations, different types of organizations. So before we break into our groups, I just want to let you guys know on the resource sheet that we've constantly been using, the group list, there are 3 tabs, and if you haven't seen the third one, that one is where you'd be able to find the live session recordings. So each of them are just links for videos that we've recorded in the times we've been together. Now, what I omit from the videos are attendance, because that takes up time, or when we're going to breakout groups, I would just omit those sections from it. Yes, question?
Where do you find them again, Miss? Please repeat.
Okay, so the same form that the same Google Sheets that is there for your group, just go and show you for
Yes, please.
quick reference. All right, so all the way at the top, we have course facilitators and syllabus. That's under the Zoom meeting link, right? Just 1 minute.
And that's book.
Yes, right in this book. there's 2 links. Mine is the second one. And then you'll be able to see OS2 groups. Now, when you enter this sheet, you'll notice the first one has the list of groups. The second one has the list of case studies. And if you don't know where we are in the case study list, just come here. We had our last presenter, that was Daniel, for the 13th. The next presentation will be the 20th. So just pay attention to the schedule so you know when you are going to present. Okay, so the third tab has the links to recordings. So we've had to I had to start putting them on YouTube because we don't want too many things uploaded on the cloud for the university for several reasons. So they've asked us to just make a YouTube channel, record the videos and put them there, and then just share the links with the class. So I decided to do it this way. Our first session, unfortunately, wasn't recorded because I hadn't been given the Zoom account that exceeds 40 minutes. And just to avoid the issues I had with my first group, I used Google Meets and I wasn't able to record with that one. But all your other sessions would have been recorded. And so those are here. So as soon as I upload them, then I just add the link. We are at week 2, not week 2, process 2, but this one was week 4. We're currently at week 5. So as soon as I've uploaded this, then you should see week 5 here under the practical section. There are 3 things we do. We do theory, practical, and research. So next week, we do research. Okay, so the rest of the time, we're going to meet in our groups. And your objective in your group time is to discuss practical project number 2. Now, I will be here if you guys have any questions. I'm going to try to visit each group with the time that we have so that I can answer as many questions as I can. Okay, good evening, everyone. I wanted to just let you know we have completed our objectives for chapter 2. However, I wanted to find out from you if you would prefer for us to have a session like this on Thursday where groups meet, or if you'd prefer to meet independently for your group assignment. Let me hear from you.
Yes, I would say independently, so because I know my group have things to discuss and to prepare for that day.
Okay. Is that the consensus of the rest of the class?
I think we could do it on our own.
Okay. So that's 2 persons. What about the rest of the class?
I agree, Miss.
Okay. So the session on Thursday then is an independent session. And please just, well, all your group members are here. So if anybody came out early, just notify them. It's an independent session and you'll be able to meet to continue discussing your project. Remember, the submission will have 2 links, one for the PowerPoint and one for the video recording. It's not a live presentation in class, and every group member is supposed to submit those. All right, if you have any additional questions you think of after class, you can always send me an email or a WhatsApp message. Have a good evening, and I hope you guys enjoy your holiday on Monday. All right.
Thank you, Miss. Have a good night.
Yeah, Miss.